let's leave that. What's our third subject tonight, Mark?
Okay, well, this we call Benghazi. Who cares?
Benghazi, who cares?
What difference does it make?
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 Okay,
but
now,
anyway, this is about a video, isn't it?
No, look. Now, according to the Ministry of Truth,
Oh,
right?
the Ministry of Truth.
The Ministry of Truth, okay. Yeah. Mark Basley Youssef created a video, right?
Yes, I did hear that, but I understand that millions of people saw it.
Well, apparently, there's some reports about 300 people.
Oh, 300 people, not a million.
Coincidentally,
it wasn't played in Egypt on their main stage?
No. Okay. Coincidentally, the 300 people that were in Benghazi that day,
they must have seen
saw that video, and that caused a spontaneous uprising.
And
that's according to the Ministry of Truth. And you know, and the Ministry of Truth went out and they said, you know, this video caused an you know, a Muslim, because it was a Muslim slur, it caused an uprising, and Hillary Clinton told the families of, you know.
I mean, when the dead bodies came back, they told the families on the runway how they'd get to the bottom of this.
No,
right?
They were going to get this video guy. They were going to get him.
The video guy.
They were going to get the video guy, and then President Obama went before the United Nations and told the United Nations that it was the video guy.
I remember
we're getting the video guy.
It's funny about this. That happened weeks after the event. So
yeah, and so that's and to this day that's the official. That's the
still
truth.
The official story.
No, according to the Ministry of Truth, that's the story.
Okay, but I got a question. There's been a lot of information that came out since then. In fact, funny enough, the CIA and the State Department knew the same day of the event that there was terrorists with rocket-propelled grenades, machine guns, and indirect fire to draw this. So I got a question. Were they all walking their dogs with APGs and machine guns, and they just happened to walk by the consulate that night, and by accident they started opening fire in an assault that went on for 9 hours? Is that what happened?
Well, see, the thing is, there's some confusion.
Oh, okay. There's confusion.
There's some confusion because a fellow named Hicks, who was directly.
By the way, that would be Stevens's Ambassador Stevens's second in command.
Second in command.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, he said that he spoke to Hillary Clinton, Secretary Clinton, at 2 a.m. Benghazi time, the day after the attack, and he said it was a planned attack. He told her that, right?
Well, then why would she say anything about the video?
Well, that's why it's just confusing.
Why would Susan Rice go 5 days, 6 days later, go on all the major news programs on Sunday and say, oh, it was all about the video. Heaven forbid. It was about the video. Oh, we're going to get him. And then why has she never been called to Congress to answer, well, who handed her those talking points that said it was about the video?
Well,
it seems that they all forgot.
And Hicks said his jaw dropped when he saw that, you know, that YouTube explanation by Susan Rice.
Of course.
He didn't believe it. Now, he complained about that. And
to
then
who?
To his superiors in state, and he was demoted.
Yeah, I understand he was demoted, and he's on his way out the door.
Right.
And so he's become kind of a whistleblower on this one.
Right, so he's a whistleblower on that.
Didn't he go before Congress?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, but see, that's why it's kind of hard to explain. I don't know why Hicks is saying these things, because the Ministry of Truth, it says it's the YouTube video, and Mr. Truth is always right.
Well, that's true.
Okay.
The only problem is if there's nobody that will tell that the Ministry of Truth is not truthful, and that would be the media. If the media won't report that,
well, the media
and
the media is the Ministry of Truth.
That's right. They get the talking points every morning too at a conference call.
They are the media. They are the Ministry of Truth.
They wouldn't have the ABC, CBS,
and
MSNBC.
Also, now, there's another confusing element. Is Beth Jones, who's the assistant.
Beth Jones, who's that?
Assistant Secretary of State of Near Eastern Affairs said, quote unquote, the group that conducted the attacks, these are the Benghazi attacks, Ansar al-Sharia, is affiliated with Islamic terrorists, and that's, you know, she said
that's party line.
That's what she said. You know, that was timely said, and everyone knew this. But for some reason, I don't know why she said that when. Actually, it was the video. It was the video.
And I understand the person that made that video, and by the way, it was a very short video, 16 minutes or so.
Yeah, 14 minutes.
The person that made that video, he's in jail now.
For a year. He's doing a year.
You know what? It's for probation violation.
Yeah, because...
You know what's funny about that? He's the only one that's had any... They've never arrested one terrorist or involved in Benghazi.
That's his fault.
They're done.
They're done.
They just have to bring their guns with them.
Okay, and also Victoria Toussaint, who's consul for, I think for, I think it was a counsel for Hicks or counsel for.
Yeah, no, it was the counsel for Hicks. She's
Okay.
the attorney for
You know,
Mr. Hicks.
Now she said it was a nation-state attack. In other words, Iran was behind this Benghazi attack.
Well, that's another rumor.
Right.
You got to be careful about that. There's nothing there. We got to keep moving on. There's nothing here to see. But that was, I understand that theory is that Iran is actually the one that these. By the way, the people that just happened to be out and by accident started this
spontaneous.
Actually,
Out for a walk.
they had cover fire, which is mortars and large assault weapons, not the AK-47s only, but the rocket-propelled grenades. And so what happened is there's a theory here that Iran was actually sending this in to stop the gun running that the State Department was doing out of Benghazi, which was supporting the Syrian rebels. And you know why? Because the Syrian rebels were overthrowing Assad, who is best buddies with Iran, because Iran funnels all their money through Syria to support Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Anyway,
so there's a whole little, when you talk about nation state, there's a little pattern going on here.
Anyway, the video is called "The Desert Warrior" or "The Innocent of Muslims," and it's by this Mark Youssef. He's the cause of the whole problem. They caught him. They're done. The first time that ambassador,
but
for
he's
30
not a
years,
nation state.
But the first time in 30 years that an ambassador's been killed in the line of duty, and but it's because, and so why does anyone care? I mean, the video is taken care of. You know, that's President Obama's story. He's sticking to it. That's Hillary Clinton's story. She's sticking to it. And everybody else who's coming up with these other things.
I got to tell you something. Immediately
and
following,
Susan Rice is sticking to it too.
Hang on, immediately following the assault, the president of Libya went on news and said this was a planned assault by terrorists, well armed, well funded, and that the ambassador didn't have a chance. In fact, they had CIA, they had civil contractors, ex-CIA and ex-SEALs that were there protecting the compound. And the question is, there were 33 people other than those 4 that died, and those people have vanished. Do you have any idea where those witnesses went? And those are all American contractors and aid support and everything. Where did those people go?
They're watching the movie. They're watching the video. They're watching the YouTube video. Yeah, they're watching the YouTube. And that's the same thing that happened.
What does the administration say about those people?
Well, that doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
What does it matter?
What does it matter?
We got the video guy. We got the video guy.
Only 4 dead Americans in Benghazi.
Okay, and the other thing is, like, why didn't you scramble the F-16s?
Oh, you know what? Somebody. That's a whole other story. Somebody told them to stand down.
But what does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
What does it matter?
Why do you want to waste some fuel going to save your
And
ambassador?
why didn't you send some more Marines over from the Capitol? Because
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's only 4 dead Americans.
It doesn't matter. So that's the thing, because it's a video.
And it is the video.
And so the main thing is that, you know, Susan Rice got in there and the president went to the UN and Hillary Clinton apologized to the Muslims and said, we're sorry that you took out Benghazi and we're sorry because we did this video, and I guess we had a comment.
Let's go back. Let's go back to the UN where the president apologized for this horrific video.
Right.
Weeks later, it was 2+ weeks later, after everybody in the administration knew that it was not a video. They knew the same day that it was not a video. But the problem that I'm having is, why is Benghazi being shifted off from finding the answers to, move on, there's nothing here to see?
Well,
I don't understand
that. The situation happened 8 weeks before the election.
Oh, the election.
And
we almost forgot about that part.
The narrative was that there was no more war on terror.
No more war.
We won because we took out Osama bin Laden, so we don't need any more war on terror.
Right.
And if there was a war on terror and it popped up again right before the election, Romney would have used that as a tax.
Oh, you mean that it might have been true?
Well, it would have confused a lot of people.
Confused.
A lot of people would have been confused.
Isn't it confusing when you don't get the news and you have to try and piece it together through? No, it's not.
It's not confusing.
Do I have to watch Al Jazeera TV
to
get the truth?
So basically, Romney was put down as a right-wing nut, who was like making up this stuff.
He's a rich man.
When everyone knew,
heaven forbid.
When everyone knew that it was a video.
Oh, it must have been the video. Well, I got to tell you, Mark, we've covered 3 hot subjects tonight, and although we can't go to the root of all of those issues,
it was the video.
It was the video.
Or it was probably Bush. Probably Bush
could have been the video and everything.
No, Bush did it. Bush did it.
George?
George Bush did. Yeah, Bush did. Yeah.
Oh, really?
His evil wizardry has no bounds. He can reach from years in the
can
past.
reach from the past.
Yeah, and make people do videos and all kinds of things.
Okay, but
It's
anyway,
amazing.
Mark, it's been a pleasure tonight.
Okay.
It's another good night of Law Talk, and I wanted to thank you for bringing us into your home tonight and letting us share some of the current events in the news. Thank you.